How can I make my money work and not my money work me? Happy Monday, beauties and handsomes. I am back with part 3 of the Planning for Results series. So we talked about creating goals, making a game plan, and today we're going to talk about budgeting. I know it's not something that fitness related people typically talk about, but it does come into play because that is one of the reasons that a lot of people say that they can't join the gym or do the 28-day boss up challenge or get the workout clothes that they need. You know, things like that. Money comes into play. And being that I'm an accountant, I'm a nerd, so I'm bringing y'all all this nerd-tasticness today. So, how do I create a budget? So we're gonna start on a piece of paper. Oh, look at those arms, y'all see that? Okay, but seriously, on a piece of paper, you wanna start with your income. How much income are you generally making on a monthly basis? Because a budget typically is made monthly because your bills typically come monthly. All right, so we're starting with that. So now you know generally what you're working with. It could be from your 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 job, your traditional job, if you have a side hustle, how much on average. This is an estimate. A budget is an estimate, so it's not going to be perfect, but it can give you a really good idea of where your finances stand. Maybe you make more money than you put on your budget, so maybe you got a little wiggle room, you got a little to spare, to spend, to save, whatever. But typically on a month-to-month basis, how much is coming in and coming out. All right, so then you want to go with your expenses. What are your general expenses? If you live somewhere, your mortgage, your rent, your monthly payment for where you're living. If you're living at home, some parents charge rent. If my child is still at home and she grown, she gonna help pay some rent. It may not be that much, but she gonna be paying some rent, okay? So how much, are you paying for where you're living? If you're not, cool. You don't even have to put it on your list. Everything that you spend money on, put it on that piece of paper. And then electricity bill, your utility bill. How much are you paying for that on average? It will differentiate month to month, which is why you create a budget month to month. If you have cable, a lot of people may have the package where it's the cable, the Wi-Fi, and the phone, the home phone. Cool, that's one bill. If you have internet by itself, that's a bill. And then if you have, your cable separate, that's a bill. That comes every single month and does not change. Write it down. If you have a cell phone, most people have cell phones. That's a bill that comes every single month and does not change. Write it down. Gas, if you got a car. Your transportation, whether it be the bus, Uber, Lyft, a cab, your car, you have to have money for that. How much do you typically spend for that each month? If you don't know, maybe you'll spend a month kind of, seeing what your money activity is like so that you can create a budget. Or looking over your bank statement so that you can get an idea of what you're spending if you use your card a lot. If you eat out typically, you need to put that on your budget because that's something that is a bill for you because that's how you live. Put that on your list. On your list. I keep pointing on the wrong side. On your list. What do you typically spend on your child each month? Write it down. Write it down on your piece of paper. So anyways, you get the gist. So once you figure out everything that you typically spend for the month, you'll have, money left over. Maybe, maybe not. If you don't have money left over, maybe looking over your list of bills that you have every month to see what can go. Because 9 times out of 10, there is something on your list that can go to make funds for what you need for your fitness related goals. And if you do have money left over, allocating some of that to your fitness goals. So now that you got the budget part of it, how am I gonna keep myself focused on doing all these things, from looking at my goal to the game plan to this budget? How am I gonna make sure that I'm keeping everything going? So next week we're talking about positive affirmations, okay?